Hello, this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts with day 22 of my 28-day Christmas card challenge. Apologies in advance, I'm recording this the night before. I had actually recorded it earlier in the afternoon, but unfortunately my phone didn't save the footage. It's playing up a bit lately, so I'm recording this again. And my pub's open downstairs, so you might hear some noises in the background. I know from previous videos it's not as bad as I always think. I hear it really loudly here, the jukebox and people talking, but it might be okay. So what I would like to show you today is how to use mica powders on your Christmas cards. I have got a set of 24 mica powders. I'm not going to show you the actual mica powders because I'm sure you've seen mica powders before. But I have made myself some mica powder watercolours with my mica powders, and that's very easy to make. All you need is your mica powders and some gum arabic, which you can sometimes find in the food section. I got mine from Amazon. I'm going to link to that below. And what you do is you mix some of your mica powder with the gum arabic in a ratio about 2 parts mica powder, 1 part gum arabic, and then you add some water to make it a paste or even rather liquid, and then you just leave it to dry. For this purpose, I have bought myself this empty paint palette. But obviously you can use other things. You can buy little plastic containers, individual ones, or if you got a tray from chocolates that you have eaten, then you can use that to keep the cardboard box to go with it, so you've got a tray to keep that safe. Anything is really possible, or you just mix them when you want to use them and don't put them into storage. So this is what I've done with my 24. And I have also made myself some swatches on black cardstock and on white cardstock, which really helps me to see which colour I want to choose. So my idea was originally to show you how to paint with these. I wouldn't say I'm a bad painter, but when I used them today and I thought I'd just go along, didn't even design anything particular, this is what I came up with, and it's pretty rubbish. Berries were okay for the holly. The shape went all wrong, and I tried to paint with it. I mean, it is nice to show you how these colours actually shine, especially gold is very good, but the design obviously is rubbish. And then I remembered what a lady recently did on YouTube. She used her mica powders or her paints to colour in an embossing folder. If I find her video, I'm going to link to that below. So that's what I've done today. I have used my new Halibora's embossing folder, and I have embossed a piece. I've got a second piece here to show you in a moment. Make sure when you do that, before you emboss it, to mist your cardstock. This is very thin black cardstock, but still this one got a bit punched through, so if you use a lot of pressure on your embossing folders, you want to mist them in advance. So this one, by the way, is from a company called Printable Heaven. They have got loads of craft items at a very good price point. This is an X-cut embossing folder, and it was only, I believe, £1.99. I don't know, I had the receipt earlier. I'd link to that below. Oh, there it is. So let me just check again. The embossing folder, yes, £1.99. which is really, really nice. So I like this one. It reminds me of my dad. My dad used to like Halibo plants, and it also reminds me of Christmas because they do grow at Christmas time. So I thought I'd just use this for a Christmas card. But obviously you can use other designs if you've got other embossing folders. And the easy thing about this is, because you've got the design already, all you need to do is basically colour this in. I've coloured mine on the positive side, so the embossed side, but obviously you can turn this around and just colour it in here. And when you have prepared your colours, it's very easy. They are very easy to use. because all you need to do, let me just get this out of the way, so you need a water brush, the one that's got the tank in it already. You don't really need this, you can also have a wet brush and have some water on the side, but this makes it so much easier. And then you just need a little bit of water to activate your paints. The less water you use, the stronger the mica powder will be. But once you've dried the first layer, and you can use your heat tool to do that, you can also apply a second layer. So, but you don't want it too wet, because you don't want it to be too watery in application. And then what you do is you hold your brush sideways. You don't want to dig into the embossing folder, you just want to do it sideways, so you basically colour on the top. See, even when I go over this edge here, that stays black and the gold just sits on the top. So it couldn't be easier to paint this in. And obviously you can use, you can mix the colours, you can use different ones. I just decided to go for one colour here. And if you find yours is getting a bit too dry, just go back in, just press the brush a bit, which adds a bit more water. If you've got too much water, you can put the excess onto a tissue or some paper on the side. Just finish this here. So as you can see, this is really easy to colour in. And then you've got the lovely shimmer of the mica powder. I'll just show you how I finished this. So I've just used gold on these and green on these, and then I just put a really like a wash just on these two on the side. I didn't want to colour them in because I wanted the main focus to be in the middle. By the way, what I did not mention, didn't show you, I just noticed that I put this on the side here. The reason why you add the gum arabic is because it makes this resistant. So if I wipe over this, it does not come off, which I've done here. That's the watercolour paint. But if you only add water, and some people on YouTube and the internet tell you just add water, this is what happens. It just wipes off, and then the recipient won't have a lot of fun with this. So that's why you add the gum arabic. It helps it to set the colour, and you really have long-lasting results. So I have then, in order to finish off this card, I have put this on a metallic cardstock. It's like a champagne coloured cardstock, just to matte it, just to give it a lovely frame. And I've chosen the champagne because I thought it went more nicely with my gold colour here. And then I have prepared a sentiment which I have die cut. This is German sentiment for a Merry Christmas, saying Frohe Weihnachten. But it was a bit, how can I say it? It was a bit too dark the way I've painted it. I used some mica powders, but it shows different colours. So I just went over it again. And this is what you can do. Once it's dry, you can paint over it as often as you like. And then I wanted to set it off a bit, so I decided to use some vellum. So just cut a strip just wide enough for this sentiment. And I just want to show you how I stick sentiments on if I have got them like this. I have stuck this down with the zig glue. So basically turned it over, dabbed it all over, stuck it down on the vellum. And when you've got a vellum strip, what you do is you put double-sided tape on either side. Then you fold it over on one side and decide where you would like to stick it down. I think I would like to have mine here. So I'm going to take the release paper off one side. And then I'm going to line it up on my grid so I can actually make sure it's straight on the other side. So I have the cardstock straight. Let me just get this here, so this is level with the line there, which then I know this needs to be lined. So then I pull this tight on the other side and then fold it over, and that helps me to get it straight and to not have it warped on the other side. There you go. So that's all basically stuck down. It's held in place. Obviously it's not stuck down on the thing itself, but because it's so tight it will stick down here, and then I can put this on the card base. Okay, so I hope you liked this and it gave you some ideas on what you can do with mica powders if you own them, or maybe you feel tempted to get some mica powders. I really like the shimmer of them and I really like painting with them or colouring in. Thank you very much for watching, and see you with the next video soon.